Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European Forex pairs, and just starting with the US dollar index here on the weekly chart. And even though I haven't got it labelled, which is always nice, always nice to see a nice clean chart and see the numbers labelling in your mind. But basically what we're looking for here, and you can see, is that we're looking at wave one, so to speak, wave two here, identifying a really nice strong third wave here, and the fourth wave pulling back to the 38.2% mark here, roughly, as wave four here. And wave four is normally sideways and complicated, which it is here. So we were looking for a simple ABC correction here, which we have in terms of an A and a B and a C wave here. It could turn into a triangle pattern here too. That's what wave fours do as well. So I'm aware of that. Yeah, we're just waiting on a few things to trigger here. So on the daily chart for this, which we've seen quite a few times here, is the wave four that we're just looking at here from wave three, an A and a B and a C for wave four here. And we're looking for this to trigger to the upside for wave five moving up here. In line with the indices and weaker yen, and we're sort of getting there, but it's just so much patience is sort of required here in this wave ones and twos here, because we want the top of wave one here to be taken out. Once that does that there, then we know that we got the right count. We know we've got the right count in terms of having wave one here and wave two here and wave one, but we're just a little bit unsure about wave two here. There's a couple of options, so we want to see that top taken out here. With that top taken out here, that ignites the short on the euro as well. So that's why it's sort of critical, because the euro is really messy as well. So just on the 4-hour chart here, I know we've been over this before. We don't need those, they can just go up here for a second. So one of the counts that we had is that got wave two here, so we've got wave one here, then we're looking for an A wave and a B wave and a C wave for wave two here, and then up from that point there. Now the primary count, or the original count that I had, was wave two over here, as you know, with an A here and a B here, and whoopsie-daisy, and a C wave here, right there, finishing that one off, just as valid. And yeah, so that's there, and we're looking at this being up for wave one here, and it's still quite possible here, wave two here, then the next small of wave one and wave two, and then yet again wave one and wave two. So building in here, so we might see this pop shortly, and that's what I want to talk about today as well. So on the 2-hour chart maybe. Okay, so yeah, look, just going back over it. So 2-hour chart, wave one here, an A and a B and a C here for wave two, then up for one and back for two, and then we're looking up for one and back for two, then up for one and back for two again, and then a move up here now for this one. Of course, the alternative count getting in here is A wave here, B wave here, and C wave down here for this wave two. So really, basically, that's the thing with corrections. You know, you think you've got it down here somewhere, and you know you want to go long, and you get stopped out a few times, and yada yada yada, and you basically get bored of it and you get over it. And corrections are funny like that, because when we get tired of things and we don't pay attention to them, then they take off, and we're caught unguarded, you know. So try and realize that within yourself. And I know things can get confusing. You know, if we have to remember more than 7 things, we tend to sort of lose track of everything. That's why they normally have sort of, Agatha Christie had like 7 characters all the time, because she knew that people's mind couldn't sort of cope with it all, and it become confusing. So just going on the 15-minute charts here. Now, I'm probably just dreaming here, but I just really want to stay with the count. So we've had basically wave one and wave two here. Then it's possible to have wave one here and ABC for wave two. And we talked about that A and B and C here for wave two. The same thing here again in terms of wave one here, an A and a B and a C for wave two. So it is possible for this to continue to move up here. But the problem with this so far is we can't trust it, because it hasn't This is the supply area here. This is the resistance here. It doesn't matter if you use 61.8 or 50% or whatever. That there and the center of that is the critical point here. So we're not really above that yet. You know, if we got above here somewhere, you know, above this one here, then the weight is shifting at that point and we can go with it. This is still open to moving lower through here. So we just really need to be careful about and not get caught here. So this really trips back into the euro situation as well. So if I can just move a few things around here out of the way here, just not that you can see that, but I just need to get into a few things. So the euro here, this has also got 2 counts as well, and I know that's really annoying, but you know, it's really saved us in a lot of ways too, because this has just really been quite messy across here. And you know, our short trade, because this has got the possibility to go back up here for a larger triangle pattern in this 2-hour chart, sorry, E wave here. So it's possible to do that, you know, but at the same time, we were sort of ready for a move. This is the catalyst here. This is the support at this stage. And if that became the resistance here in this setup, would be short. So we're just going to stay with that, really. I don't want to go into all this, because this is, for whatever reasons, this is just tripping sideways. It's waiting for something. God knows what it is. I haven't given it much thought, but it is waiting, and something else will trigger it somewhere else, and then it will make its move. So, you know, even having a short order under this thing just sitting here is not such a bad idea. And have a look at what news events are coming up and financial events and so on. So not a lot happening here, but we do need to go over it. We can't fall asleep at the wheel. Now, you know, the action's been in the weaker yen, of course. So we'll have a look at the pound yen and the euro yen. But just with the US dollar yen here, I need to tidy this up a little bit here. So basically, we've hit number 5, so we're having a correction here. In these yen crosses, this is looking like a wave 4 here. So if I can just rearrange things here a little bit, wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and of course wave 5 here. Let's just get that out of the way. So basically, we're looking at this in terms of, get my drawing tool, a corrective move here. Once this is finished, we're looking for a move up here. We wouldn't expect it to go too far, because the third wave here has got the extension in it. Wave 1 and 2 are really small, and then we'll see an A and a B and a C correction here, and then this is the long area here. We'll need to work in that a bit more here, but we'll get there with that too. Put these levels in. Next one's 8 up here as well, and obviously group 2's in here as well. So that's what we're basically looking at. So what we'll be talking about with the pound yen, the euro yen, is this correction here. It's matured, it's either finished, or it's got one more little move to the downside to go. So just on the, moving over to the pound yen here now on the 15-minute chart. So we understood that we're looking for third wave, as you know, and we're looking for the fourth wave here. And it's playing out quite nicely here in terms of wave A here. Wave A is a little bit of a tricky sucker, but wave B is quite nice with an A wave and 3 waves for a B wave and 5 waves for a C wave here. So nice A, B, C for this market. And then we're looking at 5 waves down here. I haven't pulled that apart there, but I can see that this little move up here is actually corrective here. So it's probable that wave 4 is here, or we could put wave 4 here. I'm not quite sure about that, but this is our target area here. We're looking for 5 waves in the B wave here. It might be good homework for you to check the US dollar yen. We'll just do that now, shall we? Let's just go and have a look at this. Just have a look on this, see if we can just pull this apart quickly here. Not that it matters. No, I won't do it. It's too positive there. And each one is different. So, look, I could say to you that the best bet here, if you wanted to go long here, would be, obviously we're waiting for that. But if we get support, because this number 8 here, so this is, just get this in perspective, so this is 5, so 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8, and then halfway between 5 and 8 is 36.50, so that can come up a little bit here, in there somewhere. So that's the target that we'll be looking for here, if there was a drop to the downside, which I think there is in this case. So, but if the market, for whatever reasons, moved up here, then the 8 is the resistance. So the resistance would have to become the support before you could trade long there, okay? Otherwise, you can just pick it up down here. But even picking it up down here, try and have a look on a 1 minute chart or tick chart or something and look for the first little 5 waves up here. You should be able to do it. Then there'll be an ABC correction here, and then you can just take that top out there. That's good enough for this stage. Okay, the euro yen, let me find that. So the euro yen's in the same thing as well, a bit different. Yeah, so main point here is we're looking for wave 3 here, we're looking for wave 4, and then we're looking for wave 5 here. Now, this A wave is fine, the B wave is beautiful in terms of an A and a B and a C wave here for the B wave, but this little move through here is, I don't understand it. I haven't looked at it very well, but I can see that it's complicated. It's not giving me my wave C here. It's not giving me 5 waves here. So it's likely to push up from here. I can see that because it's got overlapping wave structures, I can see that it's corrective here. So it's different. If I had to take a guess at this, then I would move this over to here as such here, and get my wave C here, put this here, and then look at this as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then up for 5 in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. Obviously this is stronger than the pound here in this case, so this would be the one to trade long. And I've got this number here is important as well. It's also halfway between 5 and 8 here, and obviously it comes into play here, doesn't it? So it's going to come into play here, but the target points up here for this is that this, I've probably sort of led you astray by putting that there as well. This could just trip on to the number 8 here, but it wouldn't surprise me that this being the final target up here and this stretching to the upside here. So what we're doing is we're leaving the stop well out of the way here. If you've been long in here, that's fine, whatever. I mean, we're just going to leave the stop out of the way. We don't want to be tripped out by a small move here and then to the upside. It has to be under this, stop has to be under this level here somewhere for you to survive. That's the main thing. But these are the targets here, this 18 and 20. We'll look at that when we get up there. So anyway, yeah, the weaker yen is the is certainly the way forward with all of this, with the stronger stock market. And the stock market is strong, and the stock market's also going through wave 4 here as well. So you could also bring that into the fold in your analysis. I think it's always important to even if you don't trade a particular market, it's good to know what the other markets are doing. It's a big bowl of jelly just sort of wobbling. So it's important to bring the bonds and the notes in, the indices in, the currencies in, and that's only if you're trading stock. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.